It's so hard to find a decent team nowadays, especially one that's going to get you to number 1 on the rank ladder. But we have a treat for you guys today. Our boy Eric Rios has recently got number 1 on the Champions rank ladder. And the cool thing about Eric Rios is they don't gatekeep. They show you on their stream everything that they do. They show you all of their spreads, all their moves, all their items. And that's why today we're going to be featuring some of the Pokemon that he used to get to number 1 with our own little twist. Now, during the stream, he showed his team. And then throughout the stream, he also showed exactly what their spreads were, what their movesets were. Their items was obviously on screen now. And they've been fighting between 1st, 5th, going up and down. It's super competitive right now. The top guy wants to stay the top guy. And the other guys are like, nah. So we have people like Eric Rios, Fede Campo, Marco Silva, Giovanni, our world champion, all fighting for number 1. They keep on switching places back and forth. We're going to use some of this team today and giving it our own special twist. Now, I've been using Mega Froslass lately, and it's been absolutely killing it. I actually had a really nice video in store for you guys. I'm not sure if I'll get around to making that video or not. The quality of that content was not the best. But let's go over the team we will be using. Starting off, we have Incineroar, Rari. Now, we made it match Eric Rios' team. We have 32 HP, 20 defense, 11 special defense. It is impish. And we have 3 speed. Fake Out, we kept Darkest Lariat over Protect, which Eric had. Flare Blitz and Parting Shot. Intimidate is obviously the ability of choice. Then we have Rotom the Sleepy here. They were running Thunderbolt over Volt Switch. And I thought that was crazy, but it makes so much sense. Thunderbolt, Electro Web, Hydro Pump, and Will-O-Wisp. You do have Choice Scarf on this Pokemon. 10 HP, 30 in special attack, 25 into speed, and it is timid. This will be holding the Choice Scarf, like I said. Levitate is the ability of choice. Then we have Sneasler here with Unburden, and he ran 2 sets. One of them had White Herb, and one of them had Sash. I think I'm going to switch him to Sash here. But I'm also going to switch his moveset. Some people run Gunk Shot to KO Floette, but because we have Aegislash on the team as well, I think we can go back to Direct Claw. Close Combat and Rock Tomb over Protect. Sash kind of lets you leave that and be acceptable with it. We have 1 point into HP, 32 into attack, 1 point into defense, and 32 into speed. We are Jolly Nature, and we will change the item right now. And we will make it Scarf. We will make it Sash. I think that is a good set. And then we're also going to train it. And we're going to change Gunk Shot because the accuracy on it is not the best. We're going to change it to Dire Claw. And I think that's a good starting point for our video today. And I kind of feel comfortable with that. We're not going to be super fast right off rip. But with Fake Out and then we have Rotom here to make things kind of go down in speed, I think we'll be okay. And now we can live a hit and then still hit hard next turn. Then we have the star of the show, Mega Froslass. Mega Froslass has done so good for me. 32 special attack, 32 in speed, it is timid, 2 in HP, Blizzard, Aurora Veil, Shadow Ball, Protect. This is a Pokemon that thrives on positioning. If you can position it correctly, you can make this Pokemon work so well for you. Sometimes it's the best lead. Sometimes it's good to be in the back. Sometimes you come in, Mega, Protect, switch out. Just to throw them off so that they don't control weather. And you have something in the back that can take hits. Next up we have Aegislash here. Aegislash is 32 HP, 11 attack. It is adamant, so the attack is going to hit really hard. But you're probably looking at it and like wondering why it looks like it's so weak. Well, its ability stats change. Whenever you are in this mode, you are in defense. When it switches into attack mode, its defense and its attack will switch. So, will its special attack and special defense? It'll switch. So now, you have something that has 160 attack over 89 attack. The downside is when it switches, the defense is also now 89, so it can become a wet paper towel and can't take many hits. King Shield helps you with that. Poltergeist hits really hard. You just have to make sure it's a Pokemon that has an item. Talonflames have been running no items, so be careful. Iron Head is also really good to take out Floettes, to take out Clefables, to do some solid damage on rock types. And then we have Shadow Sneak for priority. King Gambit kind of mind games. This is faster than King Gambit most of the time, so we'll win that mind game. Last but not least, we have Milotic, our GOAT for the season so far. It's been doing crazy for us. It is a calm nature, 32 in special defense, 32 in HP, and 1 in defense, 1 in special attack. It is here to stick around. With coils, we're able to just get our defense boosted, our accuracy boosted, and our attack boosted now that we use our attack. But Hypnosis starts landing. It's not just a Hail Mary anymore. And Muddy Water, just constant damage. If they mess up, lower your accuracy, lower your speed, switch on an Incineroar, competitive boost, Muddy Water, and now it becomes the threat. So people will sometimes not pay too much attention to it, and that is when they start failing. Now, the reason we're not running Eric Rios' exact team is because I haven't played Legends EA, so I don't have Mega Floette. And as you guys saw on my recruitment, I tried to get a Camo. I could not find one. So I figured for leftovers, why not just go ahead and fill that slot in with Milotic? And for our Mega, let's use Mega Froslass, something we've been using lately. Now, we are in Master Ball tier. I did go down from 1900. I'm like top of 1700s now. The reason for that is because we did a lot of testing for channel videos, and we actually found a team that was kind of broken. And I'm like, let me continue down this rabbit hole of switching things in and out, and the switches didn't go so good. Okay, so if you're a newer player, the first thing you want to look at is your team preview. You see the opponent's Pokemon. You can kind of see what they resist, what they're strong against, what they're made for. We obviously see the dynamic duo of Sand and Excadrill with speed in Sand. Incineroar is here, something we want to take advantage of. So Milotic will be coming. Anytime I see an Incineroar and I see Sand, Milotic is coming in. I think I also want to have Sneasler up front. With Sash, we'll be able to live something and just hit really hard, which ground weakness is kind of like its Achilles heel, right? So is Psychic. But with it being so fast, we can go ahead and take things out. We obviously want to bring our Mega. And now it's like, what do we want to bring in the back to deal with Corviknight, to deal with Dragapult, or to deal with Meganium? Well, we don't want to bring Aegislash. We don't want to bring Corviknight. I think we're going to bring Rotom Wash in the back. And we're going to go ahead and lock that in. Rotom Wash has Hydro Pump. It can also burn things with Will-O-Wisp. So I feel okay about it. Obviously, its electric type moves aren't going to hit Excadrill, but they will hit Tyranitar and everything else on the team. It's here more for that Corviknight though. Okay, we have a pretty good start here. Competitive is about to pop off. So our special attack is going to be sharply risen. That means by 2, not just one single stage. And then Meganium here is going to be 4 times weak to Sneasler if it evolves, if it Mega evolves. What we want to do is just hit Muddy Water, go straight for Muddy Water, and fake out the Meganium. We don't want to fake out the Incineroar. Even if they try to fake us out, we are faster than them. So faking out the Meganium gets us the actual damage onto Incineroar. The Protect is valid, so now we don't get no damage. But they don't get any damage here with Meganium. Because what Meganium wants to do is it wants to take out Milotic. It is now threat number 1. Muddy Water would have done so much damage to Incineroar, almost taking it out. Speed tiers here play a big part. Obviously, Meganium takes some damage there. I think that is enough for Dirty Dom here to knock it out with Dire Claw. And Milotic just keeps spamming Muddy Water. We're going to go ahead and Dire Claw right into Meganium. Now, between the double up, because we should live 1 Solar Beam, right? As long as Incineroar doesn't go for Milotic, we should live 1. We should be able to double. We should be able to double and take this thing out. All right. What are they going to do? I think here the play for them is switching out Incineroar, as bad as that sounds. Protect with Meganium. Okay. Are they going to Parting Shot Dirty Dom? Or are they going to Parting Shot Milotic? Muddy Water does not hit, obviously, because they protect. But it goes ahead and connects into Incineroar, doing so much damage to them. Again, if they Parting Shot, that's even worse for them. Because now they've done... They thought that was going to kill, probably. I am burned now, though. That burn is huge for them. They were taking a gamble on the burn. My sash now doesn't really matter. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to Muddy Water again. Actually, do I want to preserve Milotic for the back? I think so. Nothing really wants to eat a Solar Beam, though. So what I'm going to do... I'm going to just commit to this. Muddy Water here. And I'm going to Dire Claw the Meganium. Even with the negative attack, because now our attack is cut in half, we're still hitting with like 98 attack. And this is quad weak. So we should be okay. We should be okay. Quad weak with... Okay, they switch out. Tyranitar comes in. I think they expected us to switch out with our... Dirty Dom does Dire Claw. Does almost nothing. We are going to probably die to Chip and Burn. But now they're asleep, which is huge for us. Kind of getting some of that back now that they burned our Sneasler right away. Now we're getting the sleep, which is the best proc we wanted. It's better than paralysis, better than poison. We are going to die to Sand Buff, though, and to the Burn. From this position, we bring in... Incineroar is down. Meganium is still up. We bring in Froslass. And what we do is we go straight for a Blizzard if they bring in Meganium. Because it's going to be really hard for them to come back from that. Now, if they bring in something else, we might have to protect the Muddy Water, but nothing else on their team can really touch this Milotic. And we're not even coiled up. We're just super offensive right now because of that Intimidate boosting us. Meganium comes back out. I come in with Froslass. From here, it feels like a free game, but there's still a possibility for me to mess up. For them to call out the play correctly or go for the right thing. I'm going to go ahead and Blizzard here. I think that they're probably going to protect Meganium or switch out Tyranitar just to have weather control. But that would be eating a very heavy hit for whatever is in the background. Their probably best play here is to protect Meganium while I go ahead and Muddy Water and Blizzard. My probably safest play here, expecting a protect, was to go for Aurora Veil. But since I don't have protect on my Milotic, I have to go full offensive. Now again, they want to have that weather control. They switch out Tyranitar, even though they're going to take so much damage here. But there's not much more that they can do in this position. Their Tyranitar is asleep. Their Meganium is very, very threatened to this Blizzard. Muddy Water, if this is Sash, is going to pick up the kill. And since it's a switch in, it doesn't really matter. Since it's switching, they don't get to do any damage back. And that ends up finishing off Excadrill. Now, even if they bring in Tyranitar and switch out my terrain, my weather, I'm still in a very good position. Because I still have a switch in the back. And Mega Froslass is just going to be able to take out Meganium. So I have a switch in. I'm okay with my Milotic dying now. With it taking a hit and then just me getting another switch into Mega Froslass in the back. It is max HP, max special defense. So it might live. I think it does like 75 to me actually. Solar Beam. If they use any other attack, I think we're in a good position. Rotom is just going to be able to be annoying here. Weather Ball, actually, they decided that, hey, you're not that big a threat. Milotic, do your thing. I don't care. I'm going straight for Froslass. Well, Tyranitar is now out. And it's just Mega Meganium against the world. The way that I punish this here now is because I am Choice Scarf. I go ahead. I think I just go ahead and Hypnosis. Try to hit a raw Hypnosis and Electro Web. No matter what, that makes it slower. We already outspeed with Mega Froslass. That there's nothing they can do at that point, and they're not going to get a clean switch in hit from me. Hypnosis now, sealing the deal. We hit the raw Hypnosis. From here, it's either a forfeit or they just accept defeat and let me just take them down. But I hope that this commentary kind of helps kind of my thought process, how it goes through, what I think that they might do. Obviously, this is closed team sheets, so I can only kind of estimate their movesets, what they're going to do. But you guys saw it was kind of spot on. I kind of got it kind of correct for this match. We're going to do another match here. Same process. I'm going to run it down with you guys. I'm hoping now for a situation where I can do the same thing, speak through the match with you guys so that we can learn together. If you're a newer player, this is going to be very advantageous because now you're not just clicking buttons, you're understanding why people are making the decisions that they're making, and why you want to make similar decisions. Now, obviously, I'm not perfect. We do have the gameplay, though, from Eric Rios. They will be in the description down below. There's Twitch, because I am using a lot of the Pokemon on their team from yesterday. So, let's see. Here we have another sand combination. I think because there is no Incineroar, I'm running Rotom, Froslass. In the back, I'm still bringing my Milotic. But now, because of no Incineroar, I think this makes it difficult, right? Both of these guys are weak to ground. Neither of them can really hit Corviknight that well, but Incineroar hits it better. And Aegislash doesn't really do much to the team, so I'm going with Incineroar. Now, if I do switch in on Corviknight, my attack is going to be lowered. It's like the opposite effect because of Mirror. The Mirror Armor, its ability. But I can kind of take that into advantage as well with my Milotic. Because if I lower their accuracy, it then lowers my accuracy, and then I get that competitive boost. So it's going to be one of those interesting games where like the wrong move or the right move from each player can make the game. Alright, they start off Garchomp and Corviknight, which is perfect for what I led, which is Froslass and Rotom. Why is it so good? I can just Thunderbolt the Corviknight, and then I can go straight into Mega Froslass Blizzard. And I think that if they don't call out exactly what I'm doing, which I'm doing the most obvious play, sometimes those are the best plays, sometimes they aren't. If they don't call it out exactly, I'm going to get some huge damage on them. Now, we don't know their Garchomp speeds here, and that could be the problem, right? When Garchomp is Scarf, it's faster. Rock Slide will hit really hard. When it is a Mega Garchomp, it's always going to be slower. It is Scarf because it outsped our Scarf Pokemon, and I know that it can when it's Scarf. Now that gives them the chance of us flinching, which would be really bad. Thunderbolt one-shots a Corviknight, which is kind of what I was hoping for. It was a crit. I think between the Blizzard and the Thunderbolt, we would have still picked it up. And now we are in a very good position. 2 Pokemon down. We still have all 4. We still have most of our resources. We just have a little bit of chip. The chip damage, though, might come and bite us in the butt, because now we're not going to have full HP, and we are looking at a Sandstorm. Alright. We are going to go ahead and Thunderbolt the Rotom, and we are switching in our Incineroar. Incineroar is weak to these Pokemon, right? Water type, rock type, but the value that we get from Fake Out, from Intimidate, is huge. It's huge. Because now we are going to be in a position where if they don't kill us, next turn we can Fake Out the Pokemon that we want, which is most likely going to be that Tyranitar, to buy us a turn to be able to switch in. Now, do they Terra here? That is a big question. If they Terra now, they lose the Weather War. If they Protect, wait, and then Terra, they might still have a chance. They want to delay their Terra because every time they Terra, the weather changes again. They Protect, smart on their part. Here comes Thunderbolt. How much is it going to do to an opposing Rotom? A little bit less than 40%. Hydro Pump, though, almost going to one-shot our Rari here. Which, I mean, it's kind of huge. Because this Pokemon sticking around means we can Fake Out now. So even if they do Mega, we have pressure. With our Rotom, we're not doing much. So what I want to do is bring in my Milotic, and then I'm going to Fake Out Tyranitar, just so that it doesn't hit maximum damage. Now, because my Milotic is coming in, I don't think they're going to do an electric type move into Rotom. I think they are wanting to take out our Incineroar. So I think this is a safe play. It could be punished by them going for an electric type move, obviously, into my Milotic. But we are super special defensive, so I think we can take one. Fake Out into Tyranitar. They do not Mega Evolve. At this point, I'm starting to wonder if they are Mega Evolving. Volt Switch. They don't have Thunderbolt. That's what's going on. They don't have Thunderbolt. Alright. My play here is very simple. I'm going to Muddy Water, because again, we don't care if my Milotic faints here. We are in a very good position still. 4-0, 4-1, 4-2. And I'm going to Parting Shot with Rari into Tyranitar. We are 4-2. These two can both faint, and we'll still have Rotom in the background, and we'll still have Weather, which is why they're keeping their Mega from happening. Because if they can take both of them out, Muddy Water comes through though, and Muddy Water just got boosted by competitive, so it's going to be doing some damage. Yeah, they did not want an Electro Web. Parting Shot obviously is blocked. I am going to I think I'm gonna faint from Chip. Yeah, here we go. So, what I'm going to do to bait them is I'm gonna switch in Froslass. Protect. No, I'm gonna switch in Froslass and then switch right into Rotom. Hopefully this baits him into Mega Evolving. Muddy Water should be able to take him out though. And I'm switching in Rotom. Now, they're getting a lot of calls right here, and I can still lose this game even though I was up 4-2. Now we're 3-2. So the playing field is getting even, and I'm kind of sacrificing Rotom here if they call my bluff and don't Mega. Now if they Mega, we did everything right. There we go. The Mega Evolution is happening. Here goes Tyranitar, switching it back to Sand. We wanted to bait them out because they were holding it. See, and when you Mega, you change the weather. There goes another one. Oh my god. Speed fell. Doesn't matter. Competitive. Rock Slide. If we can live it. No, we don't live it. Alright, but now we won the weather war. We are Scarf, so we should still outspeed both of them. We live Sand. Okay. Next turn. Our very next turn. Our move with Froslass is Blizzard. Electro Web. Electro Web should lower the speed because we still should be faster because we're Scarf. And I think Blizzard takes out Tyranitar. Now I could be wrong, and that's where this all kind of falls apart. Mega Froslass is obviously faster, right? So I think what I want to do is I want to Hydro Pump the Tyranitar. Let's see how this goes. This kind of makes or breaks it. It's a 50-50. They can protect, they can not protect, we can outspeed. We'll see what happens. If this Blizzard doesn't pick up, okay, for a minute I thought it missed. I'm like, wait, we're in snow. If this Blizzard doesn't pick up the Rotom, oh, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Hydro Pump. It would have connected. Electro Web. Alright. We're in trouble. Speed fell. Now this Rotom might be faster than us. Now this Rotom might be faster than us. And now we're in a situation where them holding their Mega, me trying to aggressively target instead of just going for the safe move, which was the Electro Webs, puts us in a very difficult decision. Any hit from Tyranitar will knock us out now. So if for some reason, yeah, any hit from Tyranitar will knock us out though, and Blizzard doesn't hit. So if for some reason they miss, no, knockoff. That is GG's to our opponent. They played it really well. As you guys can see, maybe over-predicting, over-going in, under-respecting the bulk of this Tyranitar because I didn't know how it was trained. Again, Ice, I think on it, is still super effective, but the special defense was monstrous for that Pokemon. Alright, doing our very last battle. I hope you guys are enjoying the commentary, kind of give you insight into why I'm making the decisions I'm making. I'm also telling you when I do something wrong, why I did what I did, why it could have been better if I did something else. I think that's valuable stuff to learn, to understand, and also to be like straight up with yourself about. Because obviously you're not going to be perfect. And even players like Eric Rios will play and fall down. Wolf Glick has been doing streams. They don't always win. They're trying to get there, you know? They're trying to get there. So, we have another sand team. Why is there so many sand teams? We go Dirty Dom. I think this time we lead Froslass and Dirty Dom up front. I think we bring Milotic in the back. Aegislash just doesn't seem good into these guys, but it also doesn't seem bad. Tyranitar is really the only one that can really do some damage to it alongside that Arcanine. I feel like Arcanine is going to be a lead. So actually, I don't see any fake outers on their end. I think I do this. 1, 2, 3, and then in the very back I want to bring Aegislash. I think I bring Aegislash. No, I have to bring Incineroar. Alright. We are locked in. Again, you don't have to lock in. You can let the time run out. For the purpose of the video, I'm locking in. I know it was only 12 seconds left, but it matters. Alright. Corviknight and Tyranitar. Milotic and Froslass. Not necessarily the duo I was expecting. I am going to go ahead and Mega Evolve. And I'm just going to Protect. I'm not going to Mega Evolve. And then I'm going to Coil with my Milotic. I'm going to Protect. See if we can bait out their Mega Evolution. Okay, they don't. So, Iron Head. What does Tyranitar go for? Knockoff. That was aggressive from them. Very aggressive from them. But that's okay. That's okay. From this point, what we want to do, we're looking at our back Pokemon, right? I think we bring in Dirty Dom because it takes Iron Head and takes Knockoff pretty well. And then we just go ahead and we're going to try to Hypnosis this Corviknight. Why Corviknight? Because we can close combat this Tyranitar to take it out. Hypnosis misses even with the coil. Sometimes that happens and it's unfortunate. Iron Head. Does Knockoff pick us up? Nope. But now we're in a position where we're not going to be here for very long. Hypnosis failed. We're going to go ahead and try it again. We're going to close combat the Tyranitar. And we're going to go ahead and Hypnosis the Corviknight. Hypnosis should be a lot more accurate, but it's still not 100% accurate. We are able to take out the Tyranitar. A little bit of PTSD from last Tyranitar. We're like, we need to handle it now. If this Hypnosis lands on Corviknight, okay, we're in a really good position now. Sand is still here though, and it's gonna chip down our Dirty Dom. Okay. Depending on what they bring in, we then decide if we're switching out Dirty Dom or if we are committing to big damage. We are negative special defense. From what I see here. We bring in Incineroar. And we Hypnosis the Garchomp. Once they're both set to sleep, the storm can come. Rari is now in position. Attack fell. Mirror. Okay. I knew that was going to happen. They are going straight for the Mega Evolution. They're going to hit this Earthquake and shatter our soul. But because of the coil, I think Milotic takes it. And so does Incineroar. It's not very invested in attack, is it? Incineroar lives at... Okay, now we're in a Hypnosis situation, right? Now we're in a good Hypnosis situation. So what is the biggest threat here? Corviknight could probably wake up next turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Flare Blitz the Corviknight and I'm switching in the Froslass. Hopefully they don't go for Iron Head into Milotic. If they do, while they wake up, that's going to be really bad for us. But I think it sleeps one more turn. I think it sleeps one more turn. In comes Froslass. Positioning here. Garchomp is asleep. Corviknight woke up. Body Press. Okay, we could take a Body Press. Body Press into Froslass actually would have been funny. Flare Blitz here. Doing 80% to Corviknight. Critical hit. Okay. And we are going to be knocked out, which is good. Why? From this position, we bring in Milotic. We have a free coil. And we have Blizzard. Blizzard, when it hits, should one-shot Garchomp because it is 4 times weak. And Corviknight being so low should also be just done for. Mega Froslass. Started to snow. Yeah, so that was a double KO there. I don't remember how many Pokemon they have in the back. I think they have one more. I think it was Corviknight, Tyranitar, Garchomp, and then there's one more thing. I can't remember if we already saw it though. Coil comes through, so that means there is one more thing left. What is in the back? If it's Incineroar, it's getting rocked with this Arcanine. There we go. Arcanine. Let's just go for Muddy Water here. But it's not. Hold up. Hit X to check your stats. We do have one competitive boost. Okay, I thought I didn't see it. No, we don't have a competitive boost. We have Coil boost. That means this Arcanine didn't have Intimidate. That means it has Rockhead. Rockhead is his other ability that negates, any recoil damage. But Milotic is just that bulky, man. And after one coil, is able to live. Shadow Ball will not knock it out, but guess what is 4 times weak to water? That good boy didn't want a bath, but oh well. Who's the goodest boy? Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to stop it there. We got 2 wins, 1 loss. You understand why I lost. I was being very aggressive. I was being in a good situation where you're up. You can do 2 things. You can continue to play safe, make the right moves, or you can start getting a little bit more aggressive. I was up. I got aggressive. It didn't work out. I disrespected the Tyranitar and its bulk. I thought a Blizzard would just not one-shot it. For some reason, that was my mindset then. But I really needed to preserve my resources better. If I see a Tyranitar, I know that the only thing on my team that can really deal with it, if I didn't bring Aegislash, is going to be that Sneasler. And I let Sneasler go down so early, which is not what you want. But let me know what you guys think about this team. Again, I'm not going to do a rental ID. Just because I feel like it's not a team that I created all the way. I added a lot of pieces from Eric Rios. But if you want, go back to the beginning where I show all of the stats and you can just recreate it there. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make one for you guys just because I know how hard it is sometimes, and I have the paid thing, so why not? Replica teams, share your build. We'll share it with you guys. We'll share it. I said I wasn't going to at the beginning, but I'll share it. I'll share it with you guys. Oh, it's team 1. Okay, select this team. There you go. There is the yes. There is the rental ID. Let's go ahead and view the team. Just as a recap of what we brought today. So we have Incineroar, Intimidate. With Fake Out, Darkest Lariat, Flare Blitz, Parting Shot. Protect might be the right move on it. We didn't use Darkest Lariat like that, but I like it for whenever I'm facing off against Trick Room teams. Fergraph takes a lot of damage from it, and then I can pick it up with something else. Our stats on it are HP, 32, Defense, 20, and then we have a little bit of investments in Special Defense and Speed as well. It is Impish. So then we have Rotom, which is Scarf, Thunderbolt, Electroweb, Hydro Pump, Will-O-Wisp. I know Will-O-Wisp didn't come in clutch here. We didn't really use it much, but against other teams, a Will-O-Wisp can just cripple the whole game plan for them. This is 30 special attack, 10 HP, 25 speed, and 1 defense. I really think that we could take that defense point and put it in speed. It will be a little bit more interesting there, because then with the 1.5 boost we'll be faster, and it could get us, win us a couple of speed ties. Like we saw that one Garchomp outspeed us. Maybe we would have been closer to it, but Garchomp at max speed is way faster, so maybe it wouldn't have mattered. Then we have Sneasler here with Unburden. Focus Sash, it can live a hit, but it never really ever needed it. As if you saw, nothing really ever threatened it or took it down to Sash. So White Herb may still be the move. Fake Out, Dire Claw, Close Combat, and Rock Tomb. We didn't really use Protect either. It is super frail, and it's all about positioning with it. We need it for Tyranitar, so we just need to be better at positioning it. And we played 3 Sand teams for some reason. Then we have Froslass here with Blizzard, Aurora Veil, Shadow Ball, Protect, Frostlight, Curse Body. Obviously, when it megas, that's when the magic happens. It's just max special attack, max speed. It is Timid Nature with 2 HP. And our Sneasler is just max attack, max speed, Jolly Nature with 1 in HP and 1 in defense. Then we have our AG Slash Spell Tag. It didn't really come into play much. King Shield, Poltergeist, Iron Head, Shadow Sneak. It's here kind of to do a lot of work. We didn't really have a good matchup into it with the Dark types running around on Tyranitar on the other team, or with the Fire type. So when it does come, it's for other matches besides Sand. And then Milotic is just kind of always the MVP, always the GOAT. This is the set that I'm running. This is the stats. It's just max HP, max special attack. Coil makes the defense go higher. I mean, you guys can see with the competitive boost, it starts doing some real damage. That is it for the team. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. If you guys enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe. Join the Grapevine. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to have a very special video, so stay tuned. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.